Thank you very much, Lou. It's a pleasure to join you and to talk about trade-related issues. First of all, I should say that trade can be a very good thing. It can be a good thing if it is mutually good for both the countries that are involved. That can happen. Hasn't happened very much recently, that is true. I have voted for some trade bills and against others. I have voted against CAFTA, for instance, the latest go-round of the trade negotiations, the Central America Free Trade Agreement. One of the things that we see happening in trade deliberations today that very much upsets me is the fact that other issues began to enter into the whole discussion of trade, including immigration-related issues. That happened in CAFTA. I'm afraid it will happen with the Free Trade of the Americas, which is planned for perhaps this next year. These things should never be in any sort of trade arrangement. Now, what can we do? I mean, are there trade arrangements that we can enter into? Yes, mostly bilateral. One country discussing and deliberating trade issues with another country. I don't like multilateral trade negotiations. It gets us into a whole other world, especially one that is regulated by organizations outside the United States. We lose sovereignty under those kinds of situations. I'm opposed to that. Also, frankly, we have done something very bizarre here not many people have recognized. We no longer call these things treaties, Lou, but they are. Under the State Department's 5 criteria for what is a treaty, every single one of these now agreements are treaties. Why don't we call them treaties? Because, of course, if they were treaties, they would require 2/3 of the Senate to, in fact, ratify them. So we don't call them that anymore. If I'm President of the United States, I'm going back to Article 1 of the Constitution, which says the primary responsibility for negotiating trade deals is with the Congress, and we should never, I'm never going to vote to give this president fast-track authority.
Congressman Tom Tancredo, thank you. Let's turn to that issue because the Constitution is rather clear, giving the responsibilities for treaties, as you point out, to the Senate for approval, and commerce, international commerce, to the House of Representatives. Do you believe that that fast-track authority should be altered, changed, balanced, or should it just simply be revoked and not extended to this president?
Well, I think that fast-track may need to be there. There are conditions under which it can be beneficial, but frankly, you can't have, it's very difficult to get fast-track and go through the process of, as I say, getting Senate approval. You can do it. The president can negotiate quickly, but then the Senate should be required to approve by 2/3. This president has abused it. I voted for it, Lou. I made a big mistake. I did that years ago. It's coming up. I am not going to vote for it again. I'm not going to vote for this president. He has abused this authority because he has entered into the discussion things, as I say, that have absolutely nothing to do with trade. They are immigration-related issues, and as a result, he's not getting my vote again.
Congressman Tom Tancredo, seeking your vote, looking for the Republican Party's nomination for president. We thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Congressman.
It's a pleasure.
Coming up.